The cherry blossoms were falling like pink snow the day my world shattered into 1,000 irreparable pieces. I stood frozen at the entrance of Riverside Park's Love Garden, the secret spot Andrews had discovered 3 months into our relationship. The place where he'd first told me he loved me. The place where we'd carved our initials into the old oak tree, promising forever. Now, watching him press his lips against my best friend's mouth, that forever felt like the cruelest joke the universe had ever played. Stephanie's fingers were tangled in his hair, the same way mine had been just yesterday. Andrews held his phone up, capturing their kiss in a selfie, his other arm wrapped possessively around her waist. They were laughing between kisses, completely oblivious to my presence 20 feet away. Or maybe they just didn't care. My phone slipped from my trembling hands, hitting the ground with a crack that seemed to echo through my entire soul. But they didn't hear it. They were too wrapped up in each other, in their betrayal, in destroying everything I'd built my life around. I didn't scream, didn't confront them, didn't give them the satisfaction of seeing me break. I just ran, with a dead smile across my face. Didn't want to show them that I was broken. My feet carried me away from that garden, away from the 2 people I'd trusted most in this world, away from the girl I'd been just 5 minutes ago, the girl who believed in friendship and love and loyalty. Tears blurred my vision as I ran through the park, past joggers and families and couples holding hands. Each happy face felt like a personal attack. How could the world keep spinning when mine had just stopped? I ended up at my apartment, slamming the door behind me and sliding down to the floor. That's when the sobs came, ugly, gasping, chest-heaving sobs that shook my entire body. 2 years. I'd been best friends with Stephanie for 2 years. We'd met at a coffee shop when she'd accidentally spilled her latte all over my laptop. She'd been so apologetic, so genuine, insisting on paying for the repairs. We'd exchanged numbers, started meeting for coffee regularly, and before I knew it, she'd become my closest confidant. She was there when I got promoted at work. There when my grandmother passed away. There when I nervously prepared for my first date with Andrews, helping me pick out the perfect dress and giving me a pep talk about how lucky he'd be to have me. She'd looked me straight in the eye and told me Andrews was perfect for me. And all that time, all those late-night conversations, all those shared secrets, all those moments I'd thought we were building an unbreakable bond she'd been planning. This, waiting, watching for her moment to strike, because Andrews had been her crush first. The memory hit me like a freight train. 2 years ago, before Stephanie and I became close, she'd pointed him out at a company mixer. See that guy? Andrews Fletcher? God, he's gorgeous. I've been trying to get his attention for months, but he barely knows I exist. I'd offered sympathy, advice, encouragement, never imagining that 3 months later, I'd be the one he'd ask out. Never imagining that when I'd nervously told Stephanie about our first date, the flash of something dark in her eyes would be the beginning of an elaborate, patient revenge plot. She'd smiled and hugged me. I'm so happy for you. He's a great guy. You two are going to be perfect together. Lies, all lies. She'd befriended me, become indispensable to me, learned all my weaknesses and insecurities. all while harboring this poisonous jealousy. And when the moment was right, she'd made her move. My phone buzzed, then again and again. I picked it up with shaking hands. Andrews, Valerie, we need to talk. Andrews, I know you saw us. Andrews, let me explain. It's not what you think. A bitter laugh escaped my throat. Not what I think. I'd seen his tongue down her throat. I'd seen his arms around her. I'd seen them taking selfies like some happy couple celebrating their love. What part of that was I misunderstanding? Stephanie, Val, please pick up. I can explain everything. Stephanie, you're my best friend. Don't throw away our friendship over a misunderstanding. Stephanie, Andrews, and I. It just happened. We couldn't help it. Surely you can understand that love doesn't follow rules. The audacity, the sheer, breathtaking audacity. She was calling it love. She was asking me to understand. She was still calling herself my best friend while simultaneously destroying everything we'd built. I blocked them both. Then I threw my phone across the room and let myself fall apart completely. 3 days passed in a blur of tears, ice cream, and true crime documentaries. I'd called in sick to work, ignored my mother's concerned calls, and existed in a cocoon of misery. But on the 4th day, something shifted. I was watching one of my documentaries, this one about a woman who'd gotten revenge on her cheating husband by legally destroying his business empire. When clarity struck like lightning, I wasn't going to let them win. I wasn't going to be the pathetic victim who crawled into a hole and let them live happily ever after on the ruins of my heart. No, I was going to make them pay. The old Valerie, the one who believed in taking the high road, in forgiveness, in letting karma handle things, died in that love garden. The new Valerie, she was done being nice. I picked up my phone and unblocked them both. 73 messages waited for me. Most were from Stephanie, alternating between apologies and justifications. Some were from Andrews, trying to explain how things just happened and how he never meant to hurt me. Only one message mattered, though. It was from Stephanie, sent just an hour ago. Stephanie, I'm hosting a dinner party Friday night. Please come. We need to talk this through like adults. Andrews will be there. We owe you a proper explanation. A dinner party? How civilized. How perfectly Stephanie. She'd always loved hosting. Loved playing the gracious hostess. Loved being the center of attention. And now she wanted to parade her victory in front of me. Probably with an audience of mutual friends who'd soon learn about her and Andrews. Perfect. I typed out my reply. I'll be there. Friday arrived with unseasonable warmth. I spent the entire day preparing, but not in the way Stephanie probably expected. First, I went shopping, not for a dress to make Andrews regret losing me. I was beyond that petty nonsense. No, I needed something specific for what I had planned. Then I made 3 very important phone calls. The first was to Marcus Chun, Andrew's business partner and best friend. Marcus, it's Valerie. I need to ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest with me. Has Andrews mentioned anything about Stephanie? About them being together? There was a long pause. Valerie, I don't know if I should. Please. Another pause. He mentioned her. said she was different from you, more adventurous, more willing to take risks. He said things with you had become routine, predictable. I told him he was being an idiot. For what it's worth, adventurous, willing to take risks. The words stung, but they also gave me ammunition. Because I knew something about Stephanie's adventurous nature that Andrews didn't. Something she'd confessed to me in confidence 6 months ago, when she'd had too much wine, and I'd still believed we were real friends. The second call was to Rebecca Thorne, Stephanie's supervisor at her marketing firm. Rebecca, this is Valerie Andrews. We met at Stephanie's birthday party last year. I have some information you might find interesting regarding the Hartwell campaign ... double quotes. The third call was the most important. It went to my cousin Derek, who happened to be one of the best private investigators in the city. Derek, I need you to dig into some things for me. I need to know everything about a relationship, every detail, and I need it by tonight. Stephanie's apartment was elegant as always, decorated in whites and creams that screamed expensive taste. Soft jazz played in the background. The smell of a famous coq au vin wafted from the kitchen. I arrived fashionably late, wearing a simple black dress and carrying a bottle of expensive wine. Stephanie answered the door, and for just a moment, I saw uncertainty flicker across her perfectly made-up face. Valerie, you came. Of course. We're best friends. Remember? I smiled, channeling every acting class I'd ever taken. You said we needed to talk like adults. Relief washed over her features. She'd expected anger, tears, maybe a dramatic confrontation. My calm demeanor threw her off balance. Good. Andrew stood in the living room, looking uncomfortable in khakis and a button-down. His eyes widened when he saw me. Val, it's fine, I said breezily, setting the wine on the counter. Really, I've had time to think, and I realize maybe this is for the best. They exchanged confused glances. The other guests started arriving, 6 mutual friends, all people who'd been part of our social circle, people who knew about my relationship with Andrews, who knew about my friendship with Stephanie, people who were about to get the show of their lives. Dinner was awkward at first. Everyone kept sneaking glances at me, waiting for the explosion. But I was charming, engaging, asking questions about their lives like nothing was wrong. It was only when we reached dessert that I made my move. I'd like to propose a toast, I said, standing and raising my wine glass. Everyone fell silent, anticipation crackling through the air. To Stephanie, I began, smiling at my former best friend, who taught me that friendship is about patience, planning, and playing the long game. Stephanie's smile was uncertain, and to Andrews, I continued, turning to face him, who taught me that sometimes the person you think you know is actually a complete stranger. Andrews shifted uncomfortably, but mostly, I want to toast to truth, because I've learned recently that the truth always comes out, no matter how carefully you try to hide it. I reached into my purse and pulled out a manila envelope. Derek had come through spectacularly. Stephanie, remember 6 months ago when you told me about your little side business? The one where you've been embezzling client funds from your marketing firm to fund your lifestyle? The color drained from her face. I have documentation here. Bank statements, email trails, everything. I was going to help you fix it quietly, as a friend. But then I realized you were never really my friend, were you? You were just using me to get close to Andrews. Gasps echoed around the table. That's not, Stephanie started, but I cut her off. And Andrews, I turned to him, enjoying the panic in his eyes. Did Stephanie tell you about her boyfriend in Boston? The one she's been visiting every other weekend for the past year? Stephanie shot to her feet. Valerie, stop. His name is Marcus, not your Marcus Andrews. Different Marcus, and he's a hedge fund manager who thinks. Stephanie is a freelance consultant working on projects in our city. She's been playing both of you, using both of you, because that's what she does. She finds people, figures out what they have that she wants, and she takes it. I pulled out my phone and brought up the photos Derek had sent. Here they are together last weekend, while she was supposedly at a work conference. The photos showed Stephanie wrapped around a tall, handsome man, kissing him in front of what was clearly a Boston landmark. Andrews stared at the photos, then at Stephanie, betrayal washing across his face. What the hell, Steph? It's not what she's making it seem. Stephanie's voice rose to a shriek. Marcus and we were together before, but we're on a break, and a break. I laughed. According to his social media, which is public by the way, you two just celebrated your second anniversary last month. The table erupted in chaos. Our friends were talking over each other, some standing, some still seated in shock. But I wasn't done. You want to know the really sad part? I looked directly at Stephanie. I actually would have forgiven you for the embezzlement. I would have helped you fix it, would have stood by you, because I thought we were real friends. But this? I gestured between her and Andrews. This was calculated. This was cruel. You pretended to care about me for 2 years, learned all my insecurities, all my fears, just so you could get close to a guy you had a crush on. Tears were streaming down Stephanie's face now, but they were angry tears, not remorseful ones. You don't understand. You have everything. You've always had everything. Perfect job, perfect family, perfect life. You didn't even appreciate Andrews. You took him for granted. So you decided to teach me a lesson? My voice was ice. By pretending to be my friend, by becoming the person I trusted most in the world, just so you could destroy me from the inside out? I didn't plan it like that, she sobbed. But when you started dating him, when I saw you two together, I realized I'd been invisible my whole life. Men always chose other girls, prettier girls, more interesting girls. And then you didn't even try that hard, and he fell for you. It wasn't fair. There it was, the truth beneath the betrayal. This had never been about love. It had been about envy, about competition, about a woman so consumed by her own insecurities that she burned down someone else's life to feel worthy. Andrews, I turned to my ex-boyfriend. Did you know any of this? He shook his head, looking genuinely stunned. I swear, Val, I had no idea. She told me you two had grown apart, that your friendship was already falling apart. She said you'd been pulling away from her for months. More lies, I said flatly, right up until the day I caught you two in our spot. I thought she was my best friend. Andrews ran his hands through his hair. Oh my gosh. Steph, what the hell? Oh, don't act innocent. Stephanie whirled on him. You cheated on Valerie. You're just as bad as me. Because you pursued me. Andrews shot back. You showed up at my office. You texted me constantly. You told me Valerie was planning to break up with me anyway. You manipulated this entire situation. Watching them turn on each other should have felt satisfying. Instead, I just felt tired. I'm done here, I announced, picking up my purse. Stephanie, the documentation I have about your embezzlement, I've already forwarded it to Rebecca Thorne at your firm. You'll probably be hearing from HR on Monday. Stephanie's face went white. You didn't. Oh, I did. Actions have consequences. You taught me that. I looked at Andrews. And you? I actually feel sorry for you. Because you threw away something real for someone who's been lying to you from day one. I hope it was worth it. I headed for the door, then paused and turned back one last time. Oh, and everyone here, I addressed our mutual friends. Feel free to share this story. Put it on social media. Tell everyone you know. Because I'm done protecting people who don't deserve it. Let the whole world know what kind of people they are. Then I walked out, leaving chaos in my wake. The aftermath was spectacular. Stephanie was fired by Tuesday. The evidence of embezzlement was too substantial to ignore, and her firm didn't want the liability. Last I heard, she was facing criminal charges. She and Andrews broke up within a week, turns out. Relationships built on lies and betrayal don't have strong foundations. Who knew? Andrews tried to reach out to me several times, sending long apology texts, showing up at my apartment, even sending flowers. I ignored all of it. He'd made his choice, and he had to live with it. Our mutual friends stopped walking the fence and picked sides. Most of them chose mine, especially after the full story got out. Stephanie's betrayal, her embezzlement, her multiple lies. It painted a picture that was impossible to defend. But the real victory came 3 months later. I was at a coffee shop, working on my laptop, when someone cleared their throat beside my table. Excuse me, are you Valerie Andrews? I looked up to find a handsome man in his mid-30s, with kind eyes and an uncertain smile. I am. Can I help you? I'm Marcus. Marcus Hartwell. Stephanie's, well, I guess ex-boyfriend now. I stiffened, but he held up his hands quickly. I'm not here to cause trouble. I heard what happened, all of it, and I wanted to thank you. Thank me? He gestured to the empty chair. May I? I nodded, curious despite myself. Stephanie and I were together for 3 years. He began. I thought she was the one. I was planning to propose next month, but after your dinner party went viral, yes. I saw the videos people posted. I started digging into some things. Turns out she'd been lying to me about a lot. More than just having a boyfriend. In our city, he pulled out his phone and showed me documentation. Stephanie had been using his credit cards without permission. Had been telling people she was a partner in his firm when she wasn't, and even been planning to forge his signature on some business documents. He saved me from making the biggest mistake of my life. He said quietly, I was going to legally tie myself to someone who saw me as a resource to exploit. not a person to love. We talked for hours about betrayal, about trust, about how sometimes the worst things that happen to us lead us exactly where we need to be. When he asked for my number, I surprised myself by giving it to him. 6 months later, Marcus and I were officially dating. It was different from what I'd had with Andrew. Slower, more careful, built on genuine honesty rather than comfortable familiarity. We didn't rush. We talked about everything: our pasts, our fears, our boundaries. We built something real, something strong, something that could withstand the test of betrayal, because we'd both been through it and come out stronger. I never saw Stephanie again. Last I heard, she'd moved to another state, trying to outrun her reputation. The criminal charges had been dropped after she'd paid restitution, but her career in marketing was finished. Andrew sent me one final message. Months after everything fell apart: "I'm sorry. You deserved better than what I gave you. I hope you found happiness." I didn't respond. Some apologies are too late to matter, but I thought about that message sometimes, about what I'd learned from the whole disaster. Stephanie had taught me that not all friendships are real. Some people come into your life wearing the mask of a friend, hiding poisonous intentions behind sweet smiles and supportive words. Andrews had taught me that love without respect is worthless, that being comfortable with someone isn't the same as being valued by them. And together, they taught me the most important lesson of all: that my worth wasn't determined by who stayed in my life, but by how I chose to respond when people showed me who they really were. The girl who'd run crying from that love garden was gone. In her place was a woman who understood that sometimes the worst betrayals lead to the best transformations. Did I forgive them? No. Did I waste any more energy hating them? Also no. I simply moved forward, built a better life, and left them to live with the consequences of their choices. Because at the end of the day, the best revenge isn't destruction, it's evolution. It's becoming so completely, authentically yourself that the people who betrayed you become irrelevant. Just chapters in your story that taught you exactly who you never wanted to be. And as I sat across from Marcus at our favorite restaurant, laughing at one of his terrible jokes, I realized something profound. Stephanie hadn't stolen my boyfriend. She'd done me a favor. She'd removed the toxic people from my life in one fell swoop, making room for something infinitely better. So thank you, ex-best friend. Thank you for showing your true colors before I wasted any more time on you. And thank you for teaching me that I deserve people who choose me intentionally, honestly, and without hidden agendas. I'm better off without you both. And judging by the diamond ring, Marcus was nervously fidgeting within his pocket, the one he didn't know. I'd already spotted my story was just beginning. The best chapters are always written after you close the door on the wrong people. If this story resonated with you, remember, betrayal is painful, but it's also clarifying. It shows you who people really are and what you truly deserve. Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more stories of resilience and transformation. And remember, you're never alone in your journey.